Here we're looking at example 7 from our 2.37 notes. We're asked to find the derivative for this following function. Now if we go ahead and find the derivative with respect to x on both sides, we end up with the derivative with respect to x of the square root of 3 times x to the 7th minus x to the 5th over 5 plus pi. And as a result, we can go ahead and distribute this derivative to all of the items. Again, that's really just that sum and difference property kicking in. So then we end up then with the derivative with respect to x of the square root of 3 times x to the 7th minus the derivative with respect to x of x to the 5th over 5 plus the derivative with respect to x of pi. Now we're going to go ahead and use our constant property. So we're pretty much just going to take this, throw him in front of our derivative. Really there is a 1/5 that we're going to go ahead and pull out in front of our derivative as well. And so when we do that, we end up then with trying to take the square root, the square root of 3 times the derivative with respect to x of x to the 7th power minus 1/5 times the derivative with respect to x of x to the 5th plus the derivative with respect to x of just this constant pi. Now going ahead and applying our derivatives, we end up with the square root of 3 times bringing this power down. So we end up with times 7 times x raised to the 7 minus 1, so that exponent being subtracted by 1, minus 1/5 x, again bringing this exponent down to the front. We have times 5 times x raised to the 5 minus 1, so subtracting that exponent by 1, plus the derivative of pi. Well, that, again, that's just a constant, so that'll just come out to be 0. So then we end up with the square root of 3 times 7 times x raised to the 6th power minus, really these 5's will end up just canceling out with one another because 5 times 1 is 5 divided by 5 is just 1. So minus 1 x raised to the 4th power. And now just kind of cleaning it up a little bit more, we end up with 7 times the square root of 3 x raised to the 6th minus x to the 4th power. So this would be our final answer for the derivative with respect to x. So f prime of x would come out to be that. Again, though, that is example 7 from our 2.3 set of notes.